TV. What's going on, y'all, man? Y'all missed your boy. You missed me, man. I know y'all did. Your boy's back, guys, and I'm here to do a review for Netflix's new series, Luke Cage. Alright, Showdawees, so your boy's back, and I was extremely excited to watch this series. I'm not going to give any spoilers on this. I'm just giving my personal opinion on the pros and the cons, the good and the bad, the strong and the weak, all that. So, first off, Luke Cage is a African-American superhero, extremely invulnerable to anything, super strong, just all those types of things that come along with somebody who got super strength and all that good shit. Now, it's played by Michael Coulter, and he is perfect. I couldn't imagine anybody else playing this character, specifically because he emulates everything that I think Luke Cage should be. I was reading up on Luke Cage, doing my studies and before the show, just so I could see, where they try to make connections and their differences, because they always try to, lead off the path a little bit, but still show connections. And I think they pretty much hit home on the clothing, his mannerisms, even him not cursing, saying "Sweet Christmas." All those things, his characterization was perfect and on notch. I think the writing on the show was amazing. They did do an amazing job implementing hip-hop culture, the African-American history culture from the Harlem Renaissance, even just today's problems of, police brutality, African-American black on black crime, just the stereotypes. All those things are played well in this show, and I think that they touched on them correctly and not in a way that make it seem like it's corny. I loved the villains in the show. I felt like, to me, my personal favorite was the villains. I got to get this guy's name because he just did so great. Is it Simon Missick? Is that his name? I don't know his name. Hold on, y'all. Is that his name? That's not his name. Shit. Oh, Maharashlia. Oh, good God. His name is Mahershala Ali. Not Muhammad Ali. Mahershala Ali. My bad. I don't know how to pronounce that. But he was Remy on, what's the show name, y'all? What's the show name? House of Cards. He was Remy on House of Cards. Best villain ever. Certain points of the show, I was actually rooting for his ass because he was doing so well. That's the kind of thing you need with a superhero who is pretty much untouchable. You need somebody whose mentality can control them. And not physical power, like mental powers. I'm talking about like their actions. Being powerful in a sense of making things happen and making them make choices that will cause a reaction to happen to them. I think that happened perfectly, and even the other villains in the show helped portray that correctly. I think the balance of hero to villain was done absolutely perfect, and I think that DC needs to take notes from this, because if you have a superhero movie like Superman again, you gotta make sure Lex Luthor portrays that super mentality of I control all without any powers. That was perfect. I think the fighting in the show was amazing. It wasn't really no combat that was like choreographed like Daredevil, but it gave off that his powers were indeed super strength. He would just pop you on the side of your head and you would go flying. He would chop you in the neck, you would pass out. He didn't kill anybody, but he did put them on their ass, and that was the best thing to do. When he did have a superhero style fight towards the end, it was okay. It wasn't that great, but the last part, just to tell you, the last part of the show wasn't that great. I'm not gonna lie. Last 3 or 4 episodes, it wasn't that great because of the villain that they implemented towards the end, but that didn't take away from the show being great. So I'm just gonna let you know right there. Didn't like the ending villain. I'm not gonna tell you who it is. You'll see it. If you watched it, you understand. You probably agree with me. If you did, if you don't, that's all good. If I didn't say already, the hip hop in this show was great. As you saw in the trailers, they incorporated hip hop a lot from the Wu-Tang Clan, Gang Starr, and by the way, Gang Starr, my second favorite hip hop group of all time. Each of the titles for each one of the episodes, there's 13 episodes, was taken from a Gang Starr song from one of their albums. Now, I thought that was a crazy dope way to implement hip hop into the show. It's just a great way, and if you know those songs, you can understand how they make sense for what's going on in the episode. I thought it was really, really cool. Even having Wu-Tang Clan members like Method Man in here, and even making a song that was in the show called Bulletproof Love.
Lord, who to call when no one obeys the law, and there ain't no Iron Man that can come and save us all. Power to the people and Luke Cage the the cause and the cops got it wrong. We don't think Cage involved. Look, dog, a hero never had one. Already took Malcolm and Martin, this is the last one. I beg your pardon, somebody pulling a fast one. Now we got a hero for hire and he a black one.
Such a great song, by the way, too. It really does touch on today's problems, but also in the show. And I think that ties into what I was about to say next, that the show itself is like it's real, like it's in our world. They were talking about the Kardashians. They were talking about real hip-hop groups, interacting with them. Like Luke Cage knew who Method Man was and who Wu-Tang Clan was. And they were talking about President Obama and Bush and all these different things that happen in real life, not within the comic world. And I thought that Marvel did a really good job on that, making it feel like, yo, this is really going on. Like, you can go to Harlem right now and see Luke Cage walking around. Like, that is the type of feeling that I was getting from the characters, from the story, from the setting, from the feel. It always felt like one of those old black exploitation films, you know, like Shaft. Like, I really got the Shaft feel from Luke Cage at certain points, like walking around like he was a ladies' man, dog. Like, Shay, man, he got the bitch, man. If you know what going to get some coffee mean in this show, you know what I'm talking about. He was getting some coffee, baby. That boy was getting that coffee. But the show was great. I would say out of a 10 or 1 to 10 scale, I would give it like a 8.75 or 9. Like, it was right there. There were no scenes in here that were memorable like there were in Daredevil in the fighting scene on the staircase or the scene in the prison with Punisher, but the story was the strength of the show. This show was not a superhero television show. It was a television show that has a superhero in it, and I think that's perfect. It does not say, hey, I'm a superhero show, watch me. It says, I'm a great show with this character in it. You will watch me, and it does it perfectly. I think this show is great. You guys got to check it out. I definitely believe you will enjoy it like I did. That's all I'm going to say on it for right now. Y'all let me know down below if you enjoyed the show and if you've seen it yet. I'm going to end right there. And as y'all know, Showdawee TV will see y'all when I see y'all. Showdawee TV.